Hello there, thanks for dropping by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and here is the Paul Butterfield Blues Band with a great looking concert poster from Southern California in 1968. Butterfield at this point still with guitar virtuoso Elvin Bishop on guitar, who would leave the group by the end of this year. Really a nice looking concert poster there, a lot of gold and red obviously, give you a quick top to bottom scan. And you know, more than any other Jim Salser, he's the promoter, concert poster from the Oxnard, Santa Barbara, Ventura area, this just seems to be a direct homage to the San Francisco psychedelic poster scene taking place directly to the north, and it just really feels like that from its symmetry and its lettering and every element of it. And that includes that crazy collage right there in the middle, that circular collage. Let me get in for that. That's really something, because as you can see in the top center of the collage, it says Dead in Grateful Dead lettering from their first album cover, and indeed the members of the Grateful Dead are each, their faces appear several times, especially Garcia's, and it's just, what does that have to do with the Butterfield Blues Band concert down in Santa Barbara? I don't know, but the poster artist probably does. And you've got Timothy Leary in there rather prominently, and even an upside down JFK, just a typical collage of the time, but certainly makes for interesting artwork, that's for sure. And Dave Holland, by the way, was the poster artist on this poster. So it was a fun night with 4 acts. You also had very prominently billed the Sunshine Company. You can see right below the headliner there in the gold, and they were a pop quintet out of Los Angeles that had hit the top 40 once the year before, in '67, with Back on the Street Again. Then you also had, in smaller print there, another pop quintet out of Los Angeles, the Peanut Butter Conspiracy. And then from San Diego, you had Alexander's Timeless Blues Band. And like many San Francisco concert posters, both the sound is credited and the lights are credited. And then you have the simple September 2nd, Saturday, and Earl Warren in very big letters there. Locals knew that was the showgrounds, but it's interesting how Salser's poster artists usually chose not to make it a 3-word venue and just leave off the word showgrounds. And then you've got the ticket information down at the bottom of the gold there, and it included outlets in Oxnard, Santa Barbara, and Goleta, which of course is the northern part of Santa Barbara and the enclave that had UCSB there. So one thing I like to do with Salsers is how do you tell the difference, because there were so many reprints made of all of these. How can you tell the difference between the original first, printed before the show to sell tickets and also left over as sellable souvenirs, and of course the many reprints over the years, where there is a pretty good tell on this one that's pretty easy for sure. It doesn't have a printer's credit on here, which often is an easy way to tell, so for some reason no printer's credit on this poster, but the tell is the red smudge in the white border down below the word Oxnard. There it is. It almost looks like a fingerprint, but really it's a smudge. See that? It's fairly subtle. But it's right there in the white border below Oxnard. The original first printings have that, and the reproductions do not, interestingly. There's also a difference in the printer's registration between the reprints and the originals, and it shows up in a few places. Up here in the margin, you can see the red bleeding over into the gold there and so forth. But I really like the way this, right by my finger, if I can get you to see that, where it says poster by Dave Holland. Okay? Now on the originals, those 4 words are on a dark pedestal with a stem coming down. And on the reprint, it's just a thin white line and there's no stem. So I hope you're able to see that. I couldn't quite see in the viewfinder. So once again, on the original first printings before the show, you have the red smudge in the margin below the word Oxnard, and you have the poster credit, the artist credit, poster by Dave Holland on a dark pedestal with a stem coming down. Now I'm going to switch to the bootleg now and show you the reprint that's so commonly available on eBay and everywhere else. And there you have a clean white, let me get this handled a little better, below the word Oxnard there you have a clean white margin with no red smudge evident whatsoever. And then the artist credit, poster by Dave Holland near my fingers. As you can see, there's no dark pedestal or stem coming down. It's just sort of a thin white line under his name. So that's a great way to tell. Now both of these are in pretty darn good, if not mint condition, so a lot of research went into finding this out, but it's always nice when you can find an actual example. If you have a friend or meet somebody who actually attended the concert and got the poster, that's just always the greatest evidence for sure. And this is the poster, a first printing from a friend of mine who actually attended the show, and it's rather beat up. You know, it's torn, it's got tape marks. I mean, it's practically, it's a nice souvenir, certainly for him who went to the show, but it's not in any sellable condition, let's put it that way. He definitely remembers getting it before the concert. And look at that, in the white margin, down below Oxnard, you've got the red smudge. And the poster artist's name right there by my finger, Dave Holland, is on a dark pedestal with a stem coming down. So it's always nice to get evidence like that to back up all the research that's done in discovering first printings, for sure. So hope you enjoyed Butterfield today and the way to tell the first from the seconds onwards. And always fun to do. I've got a few more saucers lined up to show you, so we'll get to another one soon. And thanks a lot for coming by. Have yourself a nice day. Bye-bye.